got a lot of good, quiet first graders here on the rug this morning. All right. So, we've been talking. All right. So, researchers, we have been talking about similarities and differences, things that are the same and things that are different in our book bins that we've been researching with our table mates lately. And you did some really good work on Monday and Tuesday using our special sentences that I have up on the whiteboard. We used the sentences, these books go together because, and this is just like, Michael, to talk about things that were the same in our books. And when we found something different in our books, we use the sentences, these books are different because, and in other books, blank, but in this book, blank, right? When we're talking about differences between two different kinds of books. Today, we're going to talk about things that are the same and things that are different at the same time. That's called comparing. We're going to compare two different books. And to do that, we're going to use some Post-its to help us out. If you see on the chart over there, I did a little drawing of a Post-it with an S. We're going to use a Post-it with an S to show us when something is the same. We're going to use it to show us that something is the same in our book. Who can guess? With a quiet hand. Jordy? Different, right. When we find something that's different in our book, we're going to use the D Post-it. So today, when I'm doing my research up here for you guys, I am still working with my holiday book bin. I'm researching it's all about holidays. The two books I'm going to look at are Thanking the Moon, because it's just one of my favorite books, and we all know it pretty well by now. And then the other book that I chose was this book, called Thanksgiving. I haven't read this book yet. So before I start, I'm going to remind myself, we know Thanking the Moon is a book. It's a fiction book. It tells a story. It's about one holiday. They have all those fantastic treats. Wow, that looks so good. They have lanterns. Of course. And I remember this page, it says, then we thank the moon for bringing us together, and we send it our secret wishes. I think that's why this book is called Thanking the Moon. Okay, so I'm remembering that this holiday is about giving thanks. Okay, now I remember what this book is about. So now I'm going to look at the book Thanksgiving. This book looks like a nonfiction book to me, because I just have this feeling that this book is going to teach me something. It has a real picture on the front. The title is Thanksgiving. I'm looking at the beginning. Here's my title page. I'm just going to flip through my book. Oh, I see at the end, there's an index. I know that an index is a special feature of our nonfiction books. Who remembers exploring nonfiction from last week? Remember? We were exploring nonfiction and we found that an index is an important part of most nonfiction books. So, right away, I know that I found a difference between my book, Thanking the Moon, and my book, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a nonfiction book. So I'm going to put a post-it on this page with a D. For difference. That's something that's different about these two books. Okay. I'm going to read this book. Thanksgiving is a holiday in the United States. It takes place on the fourth Thursday in November. Today, many people have a special meal on Thanksgiving. They eat many kinds of good food. Huh. That kind of reminds me of Thanking the Moon. Turkey is a favorite food in Thanksgiving. The turkey looks and smells so tasty. I'm going to stop and think to myself, you know what? In Thanking the Moon, they ate a lot of delicious treats and a lot of special foods. This book is telling me I should be up here. This book is telling me that we also eat special foods on Thanksgiving. So I'm going to put a post-it with an S on it for sing. We eat special foods on Thanksgiving. That's something that's the same about those two books.
Can we do it with our own book?
You'll get a chance to do this on your own. Oh, who recognizes this?
Okay, pumpkin pie.
I heard someone say pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Many people like to eat pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Wow. I know I eat pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, and it's really, really good. But I'm also thinking about my book, Thanking the Moon. In Thanking the Moon, did they eat pumpkin pie?
No.
Who with a quiet hand can tell me something that they ate in Thanking the Moon? Helen? Fruit? Right, they ate the pomelo. What else did they eat, Bianca?
Cupcake?
They have these treats here. They might be cupcakes. Who remembers what these ones are?
Cracker.
Edward? Could you say it a little louder? Right, moon cakes. They had moon cakes. So that's something that's a little bit different between these two books. Even though they eat special foods, there were different kinds of foods, right? So I'm going to put a D post-it here. Something that's different between your books. Thanksgiving is a time to be with family and friends. Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks for what we have. So, I want you to turn and talk with your partner right now. What's something that is the same or different about these two books? If I'm looking at this page, Thanksgiving is a time to be with family and friends. It's a time to give thanks for what we have. We're thinking about these two books, Thanking the Moon and Thanksgiving. What's something that might be the same or something that might be different? Turn and talk with your partner. What do you think?
Because they're both something or someone.
and check back with me when you're done reading